Thank you so much, Courtney. Big Orange and the Texas Longhorns coming your way. That after 8 runs up on the board in our first game for Texas Tech, we're looking at a potential pitcher's duel with these two terrific staffs. It's the Lady Vols, it's the Longhorns, it is the greatest show on dirt.
I'm a kid in the classroom sitting on her hands.
There's drive, and then there's overdrive.
An underdog is still a freaking dog.
A Fromm postseason masterpiece.
But I can't sit still.
Higgins loves the pressure. Let's go!
When all that matters is moving and a dream moves you the most, you keep going forward and further, forever.
Update the record book!
Thoughts in my head have a mind of their own.
This is a stage tailor-made for you, where the Oklahoma sky is the limit.
Arkansas is headed to the World Series for the first time.
Exactly what I came here for.
Nigerie Kennedy, the celebration in the circle. History made and Norman.
Now is the time to do what you do best at the Women's College World Series.
One step closer.
Welcome back to the 2026 NCAA Softball World Series, presented by Capital One. Our opening day continues with our second showdown with Tennessee and Texas coming up. Nigerie Kennedy was all smiles for Texas Tech. Jackie List went yard in a run rule win, 8-zip over Mississippi State. Kennedy a part of that shutout with Caitlin Terry. So one team is into the winner's bracket, one team on the brink of elimination. Texas Tech has the day off tomorrow. They'll play Saturday afternoon on ABC. Mississippi State will face the loser of this next game tomorrow night. It is win or head home. Hi, everybody, and welcome back here to Devon Park. I'm Beth Mowens alongside our Olympic gold medalist, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. We've talked all season long about the hitters. It's time to open this show with the pitchers today, guys.
Well, I mean, hold up. Texas, when you think about this team, looks a lot like the team that won it all last year, but you're right. Tennessee, best pitching staff. We'll see all you.
I mean, hold up. There are a lot of coaches that mention that elite pitching shuts down elite hitting. We'll find out here this afternoon.
All right, well, let's jump right into this thing with some great arms we are going to see in the circle. And it starts with last year's World Series MVP, Tegan Cavan of Texas.
Tegan Cavan's a whole nother pitcher when you get here at the Women's College World Series. Her record, 6-1 with a .73 ERA. Hitters just hit 150 against her, and why? Because on the flip side, they've got the bats, the veteran bats. Katie Stewart and Reese Atwood. We saw what Reese did last year in clutch moments, and Katie Stewart slamming bats, continuing to break records for Texas. So not just the pitching staff for Cavan, but also Reese Atwood and Katie Stewart. We talk about the 27 home runs and the career record holder in 281 RBIs for Atwood.
They certainly have all the weapons to make another deep run at this Women's College World Series, but the first challenge will be the best pitching staff in the country all year long. It's not Carlin Pickens to get the start, but Sage Margetko.
Well, this Tennessee team is so talented. They've got multiple arms that they can use in the circle depending on the matchups, and it starts with Carlin Pickens. She's recorded the fastest pitch ever thrown, a rise ball and a really good changeup. How about sophomore Erin Newer? She spins the ball, she drops the ball through, but Sage Margetko getting the start today at this World Series game and make the ball dance. She's going to be in the upper 60s. Just so many great arms. #1 ERA in the country. How about #1 whip in the country and the lowest batting average against versus opponents.
The Lady Volunteers still in search of their first ever title. They've got the defending champs right out of the gate on opening day in OKC. Spectacular afternoon here in Oklahoma City on opening day of the Women's College World Series. And our quadruple header rolls on with the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One for the Tennessee Lady Vols. They are the number 7 seed out of the SEC, led in this NCAA tournament by Emma Clark with 3 home runs and hitting .385. Really good pitching, really good defense. Can the bats get going against some of the best pitching in the country here? And it starts with Tegan Cavan, the 20-game winner and the All-American for Texas.
Cavan with all that experience, over 230 strikeouts on the year because she can move the ball through the zone. It's that rise ball at the top of the zone, over 10 inches of vertical break at 70 miles an hour. But how about a 59-mile-an-hour changeup that clips the bottom of the zone? It induces the swing and miss. That effective velocity just so good. So much experience here in Oklahoma City on this field. Again, it's that vertical separation. She will throw a drop ball down in the zone and effectively mix those speeds with just so much.
And our most significant reminder of opening day is the importance of winning here on Thursday. If you lose right out of the gate, almost impossible for teams to come back and win the national championship. It's only happened 4 times in 43 years. Sophia Knight will start things off. She's got a hit in 5 of the 6 games in the postseason for Tennessee. And you hear our home plate umpire, Brian Crochet, with the call. Tatum Stolting, Mike Burwell, Robbie Guest on the bases. Off the end of the bat, right back to Tegan. 1 down. Cavan, the junior out of West Des Moines, Iowa, starts this game without allowing an earned run at the World Series in 31 2/3 straight. Set that record last year, guiding Texas to the title. Ella Dodge gets a hold of one, and out to left center, and coming back in to make the catch is Caden Henry, 2 out. Karen Weekly guiding the Lady Vols to the World Series for the 10th time. She's 6th all-time in tournament wins. She's got over 100 now. And overall active wins amongst coaches, she is 3rd best. Another competitive season out of the SEC. Ground ball to short, bobbled by Martinez, but still with time to make the play, and it's a 1-2-3. Quick one on 5 pitches for Cavan. Check out the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. And here's how it looks for the Texas Longhorns. And right there in the 2 spot, the SEC Player of the Year, Katie Stewart. setting the new school record for home runs in a single season with 27. And they will get a look in the middle of that pack at Sage Margetko, the junior from Lamont, Illinois, 14-2 with a top 10 ERA and a first-team All-American this year, Smitty.
Well, Sage Margetko is all about spin speed and pitch speed. A great drop ball at the lower half of the zone at 69 miles an hour, but it's the changeup. You can see the way this loops in. She'll dump that down to 48 miles an hour. Again, the differential between those velocities makes it so hard to sit on. It's a really good drop ball, but she also has a spinny rise and curve that she'll use. Her curveball, one of the best spin rates in the entire country, to run that away from other right-handed batters into lefties.
Karen Weekly told Holly Rowe pregame Sage has earned this opportunity, and they like how she starts a game and then Pickens comes on in relief. Carlin Pickens there, well, I guess you would consider the ace of the staff, certainly has been the last 4 years, and that right next to her is Aaron Newer. And Henry, hard hit, and right there is Emma Clark, one down, and here comes Katie Stewart, who has left a lot of voters with some explaining to do, because somehow for the first time in nearly 2 decades, the SEC Player of the Year did not get first-team honors after an extraordinary season in guiding Texas to an SEC tournament championship this year. Their first tournament title in a conference since 2005.
It's insane you can hit 436 with 27 home runs and not be a first-team All-American.
Baffling. Especially against the level of competition that she did. Strength of schedule, you look at it.
They had more games against top 25 RPI opponents than anybody this year. And we're not talking just home runs, folks. We are talking prodigious blasts that go a long, long way, Jess, out of that crouch stance for Mike White's Longhorns.
Yeah, I love how low she gets in her legs. And this is something that she's done more this year, working with new hitting coach Aaron Earlywine. The biggest thing for her is she's wanted to get to the rise ball. If you look at just even her heat map year to year, she was a drop ball hitter. You always look at swing pass. So it's like, how do we adjust to the rise ball? So yeah, she's low in her legs, but watch her hands. High, look at that back elbow.
Margetko gets her to ground out, 2 down. This is going to be a treat to watch how these pitchers try and silence the bats today in our second game. Here comes Vivi Martinez, the junior from Tolleson, Arizona, who was out with an ACL injury last year and did not play on this stage. Mike White has talked about her hunger and her ability to just savor every moment back healthy this year. And Martinez flies that one out to right. Gabby Leach got it. A pair of 1-2-3 starts for the pitchers. Yes.
Tegan Cavan is that girl.
And nothing but bagels next to that ERA. Texas finally beating the Sooner. And Tegan Cavan with a win for Grandma.
She's got the best seat in the house.
Just so good in the circle.
Texas winners of the national championship, led by the most outstanding player, Tegan Cavan.
Well, Tegan Cavan of Texas was one of the most inspiring performances we've ever seen at the Women's College World Series. The morning her grandmother passed away, her biggest softball fan, she still pitched and beat Oklahoma for the first time in school history here at the World Series. She said her inspiration, her being at every game or videotaping every game most of my life, it really inspired her to go out there and be strong. And it's really special. She was so good in that World Series. 18 strikeouts, 4-0. But guys, more importantly, when they got ready to do their championship rings for the team this season, they have got a very beautiful tiny black diamond on the inside with the inscription of her grandma Anna. They called her Grandma Joe. She will forevermore be with this team in their ring.
On the swing.
Yeah, it was just an incredible moment. Both Texas and Texas Tech had to get through Oklahoma to get into the championship. And there you see the black right there on the ring. Yeah, and so special for Tegan and her grandmother. Of course, if Texas wins this game, they would have Texas Tech on Sunday afternoon in the winner's bracket. This is a rematch of last year's semifinal when Cavan got a save against Tennessee in a 2-0 shutout win. They beat Carlin Pickens that day to advance and knock Tennessee out. A lot of Leach to start things off 4, 5, and 6 after Cavan needed just 5 pitches in the first inning. Her counterpart Sage Margetko only needed 9 in the bottom of the first.
This is not a great matchup for Tennessee. They have the highest miss percentage of any postseason team, let alone any World Series team. 18%. They swing and miss a lot.
Fouls that one into the stairwell.
Cavan already using her changeup a lot here in this game. And it's a little fast. It's been 61 up to 63 miles an hour. She typically will throw that in the high 50s. 58 to 60 is typically where we see it. So probably a little amped up, a little energy and adrenaline early in the game.
2-2. Hit her. And a base runner here for the Lady Vols.
It's a rise ball that just gets away from her a little bit too far inside.
Such a cool look, though. You saw Lana Leach's hips trigger to start to swing at it, and then was like, oh, hold up. With all our camera angles, the slow motion.
That'll bring up Mackenzie Butt. This has been the lowest scoring team of any in the field here in Oklahoma City. And with that in mind, Karen Weekly inserted Mackenzie Butt into the lineup playing at first base. They made some changes defensively and moved some folks around so they could get better bats into the lineup. And Mackenzie, the transfer from Boise State, where she was a freshman All-American last year, she's hitting over 300. Maddie Rutan, the bat she replaced, was at 228. And Butt has more extra base hit power.
Plus, she's got 3 critical RBIs for Tennessee. She came through in some clutch situations. And that is unusual to see 3 position changes defensively to get a better bat in the lineup.
But I think it's something you have to do, especially when you have the #1 pitching staff in the country. You can afford to get away with it because they are strikeout pitchers. They absolutely use their defense, but you have the ability to move things around.
She's been their best for Karen Weekly in the NCAA tournament with a runner on base, hitting 500. Two from Cavan. Mackenzie fouls it off.
Good job by Cavan to get back into this count. Started 2-0 against Butt. She was herself back with a couple of foul balls.
This has been one of Karen Weekly's best coaching jobs. They only have 3 starters back from their World Series team last year. Brought in a few transfers, had other players step up from reserve roles into starting roles. And they are back here again with this elite pitching staff. And a full count on Mackenzie Butt.
Object for these Tennessee hitters, talking to them, talking to Karen yesterday, win the belt. So try to be able to look for whether it's the rise ball down in the zone, facing anyone that's throwing the ball down, try to get it up, but that belt. And take everything that's not there.
Free passes to start out this second inning.
Atypical Tegan Cavan pitching right there, especially to lead off an inning with consecutive free passes.
32.2 consecutive innings without allowing an earned run in a World Series game for Tegan. And after cruising through the first inning, a little different story here in the second. And here comes Elsa Morrison, the freshman righty from Knoxville, high school player of the year in Tennessee. With a couple on base. First pitch swinging, deep fly ball, way back in center, and it's gone! Elsa Morrison with her 7th home run of the year, and it's a 3-run shot to give the Lady Vols the lead. What a blast for the rookie Knoxville native at 247 feet.
You want to win the belt, Elsa Morrison. I mean, could you get more belt? Literally, right at the belt, gets that cookie zone to crush this one out. And this is getting towards the bottom of the order where they do not have as much power, but Elsa Morrison finding that belt shot against Cavan. 3 for the Vols.
That ends the scoreless streak for Cavan. And for a Tennessee team that was batting just over 200 with runners in scoring position in the postseason, strikes first and strikes big.
Well, and that's big for the freshman to come up, hit batter, Mackenzie Butt walks. You know a pitcher is going to be trying to get ahead, and she just connects with the rise ball at the top of the zone and sends it out. That's when you have to be aggressive. That is really good strategy for the freshman coming in.
So the 2 free passes hurt. They were aboard for the home run, and Cavan comes right back with a strikeout, 1 down, and now she has tied her career high for strikeouts in a season with 231. Here's Bella Faw.
And Tennessee's being aggressive early on pitches in the zone. And they're the type of pitcher that Cavan can be, and part of the game plan to get on good pitches and get on plane early.
Ball, bring it in.
Just missed away. Faw out of Sugar Hill, Georgia. 2 years as a reserve and moving, one of those players that moved into the starting role this year. So far 1 for 9 in the NCAA tournament. Tried to drop down the bunt. Short game is a challenge with Reese Atwood behind the plate. She is the Gold Glove winner for catchers this year. Last year's Johnny Bench Catcher of the Year award winner. And this summer part of the U.S. national team. along with Kavan. Slow roller to third. Nichols is there, 2 down.
Take you back to the home run. A beautiful look at a rise ball that did not get up, but you know what did is Elsa Morrison, the barrel, and you just watch her reactions. You see the ball actually clear the screen as it cleared left field. Biggest hit for this freshman. Only her 7th home run of the season.
Yeah, and you can't say enough, she's been so good behind the dish as a freshman. You can imagine handling the #1 pitching staff in the country.
She came out with a bang offensively. She was a hot hitter early on. So you see the ball going to the Morrison family. It's awesome.
A tradition here at the World Series.
You know, it's having a game plan, but it's another thing to execute it. I mean, Tennessee talked to us about Kavan and the approach, and you're watching film, all the preparation that goes into it, but laying off the rise ball and not swinging, missing at it there. That's the difference between Elsa Morrison and that last at bat strikeout to Holly.
A 3-0 Tennessee lead for a pitching staff that doesn't give up more than 2 runs per game on the season. And it's a 3-run shot for the rookie in her first World Series AB. Get out of here.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Early celebration for Tennessee with the 3-run home run to grab the lead. Their championship chase after that elusive World Series title, now in their 10th trip. They've been the runner-up twice with the Renfro sisters and Monica Abbott in the circle. And this trio of pitchers led by Carlin Pickens, best in the business when it comes to ERA and whip. And now a real confident bunch out in the circle has a 3-0 lead over Texas as Sage Margetko steps back in the circle and Reese Atwood steps into the batter's box, the best slugger in Texas school history.
And what's impressed me the most about this Tennessee pitching staff is that whip below 1. It means they're just not letting it. And whip stands for walks and hits per innings pitch. So just not allowing anyone to get on base, or they have to earn their way on base.
Look at what happened at the top of the inning. Yeah, it was what would have been a solo shot ends up a 3-run blast.
Atwood skies that. J.C. Nichols calling for it. 1 down. or excuse me, Dodge with the catch. And look at that, held opponents to 1 or no runs in 39 games. Only Alabama has done it more, and Alabama is coming up tonight against UCLA.
And in such an offensive year, that stat is even more staggering.
Yes. It's like all the pitching is on 2 teams.
Here's Leanne Good, one of 5 starters returning in the lineup for Texas from their championship team a year ago. And then they added Vivi Martinez off the injured list. Let's go down to Holly Rowe.
Well, you talked about the defensive changes that Karen Weekly made, but one of the things that's been an added benefit is look at Ella Dodge and Emma Clark. Every time in between pitches, they walk into the pitcher's circle. They're yelling, they're cheering. They are the energy givers on this team.
Ball, bring it in.
Yeah, Ella Dodge being right next to Sage there, all the energy. Moving from second base over to third.
So there's a walk. So let's, Smitty's got the telestrator down there. Show us the changes, Schmidt.
So for Tennessee, in order to get a better lineup, what they did is the third baseman came out. The second baseman, who was here, came over to here. The first baseman went over to second, and then out of the dugout came Mackenzie Butt. And that really was just to get bigger bats in the lineup. So Ella Dodge, who'd been at second, is now at third. Emma Clark, who was at first, went over to second. And it's a lot of defensive shifting around, but these are athletes that have worked in multiple positions. But look at that, too.
Yeah. Dodge is more of a reaction kind of person, according to Karen Weekly at third. Clark has played middle infield her whole life. And Mackenzie Butt played first base back at Boise State before she transferred.
I still think it's really hard. And Ella Dodge has not played a game at third base since high school. And to go from second to third, I love the energy, I love what she brings, but it's definitely not easy. And that's something to continue to watch, because it sounds like a perfect story and a dream situation. You get into the postseason, you switch things around, and it works. But you got to continue to watch this defense, because all these players are out of their regular position.
And a swing and a miss there for Marjetko takes care of Hannah Wells. That's her first K of the day, 2 down.
Wow, really nice pitch by Marjetko. Look at the spin on this pitch. You can just see the rotation getting underneath of this. It's a low rise ball at 66 miles an hour, but look at the spin speed on this. Whew. And that's what Marjetko's game is. I mean, she spins the ball so well.
And for a strike to Ashton Maloney, down in the 7th spot now in the lineup. Senior from Liberty, Missouri. She was the Golden Glove winner for right fielders this year. Had 7 outfield assists.
Nice job. Morrison behind the dish, especially with the runner on. Keeping that in front of her.
She's having a game already. Only here in the second.
First time at the World Series. All those feels going on.
Ashton's picked up her batting average in the postseason. It's a player that Mike White says can really turn things around for them in a hurry with her ability to disrupt. One-two pitch from Marjetko. The throw down to first and diving back in is good. Maloney chops that to second. And there's Clark, the former first baseman, staying down on that one. 3-0. Rocket Top in front. take home the national championship for the first time. Air drills that one deep and gone. Leanne Gould, 3-run home run. Scott smashes that deep center field. Mia Scott, grand slam. Texas is finally bringing the championship home to Austin. That was the scene a year ago with Texas beating Texas Tech in the finals. And 63% of their home runs, 71% of their runs scored, 80% of their wins, all coming back to try and go back-to-back. Winner of this one will get Texas Tech on Saturday afternoon. The loser comes back to play tomorrow night to avoid 2 and Q. And on the run, the catch is made by Kaya Altmaier, 1 down to retire Sophia Knight as the top of the order comes back around for Tennessee with a 3-0 lead. Incredible show for Mike White last year. You know, not only is Texas back here for the 9th time, but so is Mike. Now in his 8th season here. They've played in the finals 3 of the last 4 seasons, and of course, prior to arriving on the 40 acres, he had been to the World Series 5 times with the Oregon Ducks. So he'd been knocking on the door for a while, finally busted it down last year and handed the mantle off to Karen Weekly of Tennessee, the coach who's been here the most without grabbing the brass ring.
What was interesting was when he was at Oregon, he came here with great pitching staffs, good defense, but they didn't put runs up on the board, and that's one of the things he said he learned. He needs to make sure that he has an offense that can score runs, and has worked on doing that, having a more prolific offense. And it's the same thing for Tennessee. Great pitching staffs have to continue to put those runs up on the board, and so far in this postseason, the changes that Karen Weekly has made is helping.
Kavan facing Ella Dodge, who flew out to center her first time up.
Ella Dodge, the highest chase on the team, but I just love watching her in the batter's box. You'll see all the movement. You'll see just her eyes get big. She wants to hit everything. And you need some of those in the lineup, just kind of aggressive, put a team on their heels. But for Kavan right now with 2 strikes, expand the zone. Try to get her to chase. She's one of the best hitters in this lineup.
Coach Weekly calls her a baller, and she wants the bat in the big moments. And that's a fair ball inside the bag at third, and it'll roll all the way out to left, and the good throw in. And sliding in safe is Dodge. It looked like Good had possession for the swipe tag. Did Dodge elude it?
How about Ella Dodge? 2 strikes. This is a perfect swing on a pitch going away from you and just pokes it down the line. But how about the dive? She was hung out to dry there at second base, but watch the swim move with the left arm to avoid the tag and get into second base. She was out. This made her safe. Nope.
Wow.
Terrific slide by Dodge.
Holding it in.
So an opportunity for Emma Clark, who grounded out to short. 3 of her last 4 hits have been home runs. Hitting .385 in the postseason.
Tennessee's ABs, when they are laying off that rise ball up at their letters, they are battling.
Another one of the Lady Vols who upped her game in the offseason. A reserve moving into the starting lineup. And she wants a word with Karen Weekly. Tennessee started out the season 26-0, the best start in school history. They were ranked #1 for 5 weeks. Both these teams have stood atop the polls. In fact, Texas, the preseason #1, along with Texas Tech.
Well, and Beth, you remember when Tennessee was #1, their offense was outstanding in the months of February and March, and then took a dip down throughout the year, trying to get back to those numbers and that offensive level.
They beat Georgia in the Supers, allowing just 1 run in the 2 games.
Well, basically, they hit the SEC conference. I mean, you look at those numbers in February and March, and it's a clear line when they got into conference play.
Clark out to shallow center and on the run and trying to dive to make the catch is Henry. And now they've got Dodge hung up. And the tag on the back heel applied, and she's out. And I think Tennessee wants to challenge. Dodge immediately looked at Karen Weekly and said, no, she didn't get me.
I mean, she did the swim move on the front end for this double. If she uses it with her feet, because that's what she's got to do, Leanne Good tries to get her cleats. And that's where they said the tag was, but we'll take a look and see if she was able to dodge it.
Tennessee will challenge that ruling. That play will be under review.
All right, so each team with a couple of challenges. Does she get another dodge?
It looks like it, yes.
Yeah. It does look like it.
Well, tag is on the knee. Where is the hand when the tag hits the knee?
Oh, no, it looks like it might be on.
That's the umpire's hand there pointing at the ground.
See Ella Dodge immediately say, she missed me.
So she missed her there. She got her there, but her arm already on the bag.
This is the best look, as you see the miss. Oh, that's the miss right there. That would have gotten her out. She's safe. Unless she gets her.
Ella looks like she's living up to her surname.
Well, and I think, I think Lee.
After further review, the ruling on the field has been changed. The winner is safe. Tennessee will retain their challenge. They will still have 2 remaining for the game.
Formerly known as Tennessee, now called the Rocky Top Dodgers.
Ella Dodge, I mean, look at the first move, the swim move. This is beautiful, you guys, to do this full speed out to safe. And then she's hosed here at third if they can get her foot, but they can't. Dodges that one as well, back to back. Should have been out. Her coach, Karen Weekly. Safe.
What you got for us, Holly?
Well, that is a really good indication of Karen Weekly absolutely trusting her player right there. As soon as she popped up on the bag, I'm sitting right by where they are. And Ella Dodge is like, trust me, coach, I didn't get tagged. And, you know, these reviews are precious in a game of this magnitude, but Karen Weekly didn't even hesitate. You see her trying to convince her coach, and she was right. When they announced it in the stadium right here, she took off her helmet and did the shrug move to the crowd. I told you so. But that is great coaching from Karen Weekly, absolutely trusting her player, what she felt on the tag or lack thereof.
And how about the body awareness by Ella Dodge to be able to avoid the tags, understand the situation she's in, and be able to react? It's incredible.
High softball IQ.
Yep.
Full speed, these moments, your adrenaline's pumping, and she got herself safe twice.
Chance here for Alana Leach.
And also need to keep an eye on Leanne Good. When she dove to try to make the tag on Dodge, she spiked herself, which is common sometimes when you're wearing those spikes. So
also, Clark was able to move over to second base during that rundown.
And
so 2 in scoring position here.
In all of this is a big mistake for Texas. I mean, it's a missed hit. I get it. Vivi Martinez, great effort, but they needed to get Ella Dodge out.
100%.
She was hosed.
Well, they needed to run her back to second, and that's the problem. You never want to run them to the forward base.
We talk about Ella Dodge and the great move that she made, but it is a miss for Texas to not get that out twice.
Chance for them to really bust things open here. Already up 3-0 in the third. Alana Leach is having the best season of her career. And the ability to play with her sister Gabby. Their other sister Aubrey is part of the coaching staff at Tennessee. whole family of volunteers.
Well, we asked her too, you know, playing with your sisters, you know, Gabby, on this team, and you think about just the opportunity. She's like, I've never known any different. My whole life, we've always been on the same team.
Competitive.
She says that. She gets a hit, I want a hit.
Ground ball to short. Martinez will come home with it, and they've got Dodge in a pickle again. And this time, no doubt about the tag being applied. She was off and running from third on contact, and they get her 2 down.
Well, and they're making Texas make the hard play, so she's breaking on contact, knowing that she's got a runner behind her. She tries to get in a run down again, but this is much better run by Texas to get Dodge out. Still runners at second and third for Tennessee.
That's a big one there for Texas. So still runners on second and third. And here is Mackenzie Butt. Walked and scored in the second. On the Morrison home run, Elsa is on deck.
And it was a great at bat, by the way, by Mackenzie Butt. Smitty, you talked about this. Kavan does not give up a lot of free passes. It was her walk to get to that home run.
Oh, pick it up.
Opening day at the Women's College World Series. Winner gets the day off tomorrow and into the winner's bracket Sunday against Texas Tech. Loser has the quick turnaround against Mississippi State tomorrow night. And a long road back to the championship series if you lose your first game.
Atwood going out and talking to Kavan, trying to get her to stay in this count at 2-1. Kavan has not been as sharp as we've normally seen, just 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. And part of that because Tennessee has just been very disciplined at that rise in the top of the zone.
2-1 pitch to McKenzie.
Ball pick it up.
3-1.
Trying to use that drop ball now down in the zone. The changeup still has been a little bit fast. She hasn't used it as much.
Full count, 70 miles an hour there.
Well, that's part of the formula of being a pitcher is that Kavan's rise ball typically will be 67, 68. When you're throwing at 70, you're running out of real estate. So it's almost you're throwing through your spin speeds. Little things like that make a difference. And even that's her changeup, but it's at 61 miles an hour.
I mean, she cruised through that first inning, and Tennessee has roughed her up since. Still got 2 aboard with Clark and Leach. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase out of the zone. Strikeout number 3 for Kavan to end the threat.
Kavan doing a good job working out of the jam with runners at second and third. This one, she does get the swing and miss on the rise ball at the top of the zone. 70 miles an hour with 5 inches of vertical break upward. Kavan getting out of a big jam to lead the score as it is.
College World Series presented by Capital One, here with Karen Weekly in Tennessee. Early lead to this game, and you talked to us about winning the battle of the belt. Ella Morrison doing just that. How do you see your hitters really making great contact on Kavon right now?
Well, I love the way Elsa jumped on the first pitch she saw that was good. And Kavon's so good that if she puts one there, you got to jump on it. The key is you cannot miss it. And then we've got to do a little better job of laying off some of the stuff that's out of the zone, high and low. I like our aggressiveness. And I think because we're being aggressive, now we can start to tone it back down and be a little bit, more in the zone.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this dance party behind you, Coach. Sage Margetko gets the start. How has she rewarded your trust in her in this moment?
She's been phenomenal, doing exactly what Sage does. It's hard for people to get on time with her, the way she can move the ball, the way she can change speeds. She's just really effective at that. And I just love the way she's going out there and commanding the situation. She pitched here last year, but she didn't start. She's been in so many big moments for us this year. I knew that she'd be okay out there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, the transfer from South Carolina, now in her second year at Tennessee. She was here last season, as Karen referenced. Had labrum surgery last summer. And so her attitude coming back is just throw it. Just make things happen. Enjoy each moment as it comes. And now a big start for her to open up the World Series for Tennessee in a 3-0 lead.
The trust that Karen Weekly had in starting her. I think the expectation, you think game one, World Series, who's the superstar? It's Carlin Pickens. Expect her to get the ball. I think everyone outside of the dugout expected that, but Karen Weekly having a better understanding. This is a staff, and it's been a staff all year. As much as she, right there, Carlin Pickens is the superstar, Sage Margetko has had better numbers.
Better numbers and a better, slower changeup.
Right back to Sage.
And good defense.
And has yet to give up a hit, facing the bottom of the order here. And perhaps Tennessee inching a little closer. If she gets through the third inning, one time through the lineup, we may see Pickens after that.
Well, and I like the matchup of Pickens after Sage Margetko, because Margetko's been really good at spinning the ball, mixing those speeds. Carlin is more about velocity.
J.C. Nichols will try some short game.
Well, I'm talking to so many pitchers yesterday at the World Series. Spin was kind of the name of the game. We talked a lot about off-speed 2 changeups, but Sage Margetko had to learn to trust that spin through the zone. She tried to nibble, had a lot of walks. Remember, that was something that she struggled with early. Really fixed that.
Nichols to second, and she will leg it out. And it is a base runner for Texas for just the second time.
We can see Emma Clark is more toward first base, has to go back up the middle, a ball that sneaks through. It's a slow developing play. I don't think Clark would have had the opportunity to make this anyway with J.C. Nichols, the lefty with some speed getting down the line.
And I think continuing to track. These are all players out of position, and then this has been the last week.
They're going to score that a base hit, and it's back to the top of the order.
Yeah, and to me, that's positioning. I think if Emma Clark, the second baseman, would have been more up the middle, that's a routine ground out. But because she was more toward the 3-4 hole, that's a much more difficult play on her.
Ball, bring it in.
Caden Henry, a 3-year starter for them. She says her philosophy is see ball, hit ball.
She has that slower heartbeat.
Hey.
I think what's fun for Caden too is she's also got a ton of speed, so a lot of options that she can go to at the plate.
Oh. She goes from batter's box to base. You're bringing the tying run to the plate, and it's the home run hitting Katie Stewart on deck.
You get to see Margetko, the spin that she has. Biggest thing, yeah, she'll get some swing and miss, but it's just missing barrels. Kaden Henry doing all she can to fight off all those pitches.
Two on the way. Henry waits on it, and it's snagged by Mackenzie Butt, and it's a double play. The web gem for the new first baseman.
And this is all about positioning, where Mackenzie Butt is set up for this pitch that just gets tattooed at her. This is a 48-mile-an-hour changeup. She's back behind the bag, gets the line drive to double it up. How about the 17th double play of the year for Tennessee? Picking up the bats.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with the Longhorns head coach Mike White. And coach, you've made a pitching change. What has made you decide to do it right now?
Just to change the momentum. They've seen her pretty well, and not there's a lot of runs in the game, but hopefully we can go back into this game right now.
Your batters have confidence and they can come back from a score like this easily, but how do they get happening? Marchetko's pitching very well.
Yeah, a little more luck, like line drive at the first baseman last inning, where I kind of killed a pretty good rally with Stewart coming up. So just continue to keep doing that and see if we can change the momentum.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you. Hook 'em.
All right, Mike White indeed making the pitching change here. Kavan out and Citlali Gutierrez comes on. 23rd appearance. She and Kavan have been a terrific combo this season for Texas.
Citlali's another one of those pitchers that has really good spin speed over velocity. She's going to be everywhere from 59 up to the high 60s. She attacks the lower half of the zone. Really good drop ball, an effective off-speed curveball. She likes to throw that drop ball with two seams, so it has a little bit different bite to it. But it's that spinny off-speed curveball where she gets a lot of her whiff.
6, 7, and 8 coming up, and Elsa Morrison had the 3-run home run back in the second inning.
She's been the offense. It was a rise ball that, by the way, her numbers on rise balls have been one of the lowest on the team, but she got a rise ball, went with the game plan Karen Weekly had talked about, winning that belt.
Oh.
Gonna take you back and you look at the location, and you look at where it was, belt heading up. Morrison just meets this one. 2 runners on base that were put there by Kavan, free passes, and it's a 3-run shot.
Out in front of that one, 1 and 2.
Ball pick.
Earlier today, Texas Tech a winner over Mississippi State, 8-0. Then run ruled them in 5. Jackie Liss a 2-run home run. Kennedy and Terry combined for a 2-hit shutout.
Oh, bring it in.
And still to come later tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN, Alabama, UCLA, followed by Nebraska and Arkansas. If you haven't seen the Bruin Bombers yet, you'll want to stick around for Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery. Did she do it again? Nope. Not enough. Going to fly out to center, 1 down.
Still an impressive swing. I mean, she launched that a little bit higher, but she barreled that up. And a great job, both her at-bats.
Well, that's a 61-mile-an-hour pitch instead of a 71-mile-an-hour pitch out of the hand of Kavan. And you're still hitting the ball 70 miles an hour, but it's the pitch speed that also adds that element of how hard the ball comes off the bat. I love the physics of all that. But that's how you get the pop-up versus giving up the home run.
Yeah, I would choose velocity over spin every day. I think even having Sitlali coming in after Kavan, it's a hard adjustment for these hitters.
0-1 pitch coming. Foul territory on the run. And up into the wall to hang on is Altmaier. 2 down. Hey, the Women's College World Series rolls on. This is opening day. We're building towards the championship series next Wednesday at 8 Eastern for Game 1. Game 2 would be Thursday if necessary. Game 3 would be Friday.
Great catch by Kaya Altmaier. She's had 2 now. That last one ran into the wall.
Congratulations, by the way, everyone watching at home. We just picked up a physics degree. Summer school with Professor Smitty. I feel a lot smarter than I did just a moment ago.
I like those little elements, right? The physics of baseball, the physics of softball, why a pitch moves.
And we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah. Breaking it down.
Just intro to physics today. Wait till we get to the finals.
Wow. Advanced physics.
I prefer the classes with the 101 next to them. Infield pop-up, shielding the sun is good, and she's got it. A 1, 2, 3 inning. No algebra necessary. Oh, what a day and night at the Women's College World Series opening day from Oklahoma City. And 2 Buttes on board for this evening. The bats of UCLA against Jocelyn Brisky, Vic Moten, that pitching staff at Bama. And then Nebraska with Player of the Year Jordy Fromm getting set to go against an Arkansas team that had 5 run rule wins to get here. Some notable trends in this one. Well, Tennessee 63 straight wins when leading by 3 runs, and for Texas, tough coming back from a 3-run deficit, which they are staring at right now. Winner gets Texas Tech winner's bracket Saturday after a day off tomorrow. Loser will play Mississippi State. Got to win that to stay here.
You guys, so massive the way the last half inning or the last inning ended for Katie Stewart not to come up to bat with runners on base. Definitely the best hitter in this lineup.
Stewart tattoos one. Will it stay fair? Back it goes and foul.
Now they've got her 0-2, so they will pitch to her. But the idea was just, hey, this is the batter you circle. Do not let her beat her. But with a 3-0 lead, they can go more over the plate. 77 miles an hour off the bat.
And it's another ground ball induced by Marjetko to get Stewart out for the second time.
Well, that's just because Marjetko has so many different tools to go to. She doesn't live on one part of the zone. She doesn't live just on that arm side.
Just the one hit allowed so far, and that could have easily been ruled an error. That is all Tennessee has been able to muster.
Yeah, and the one free pass. They had the double play, so she's 1 over the minimum into the 4th. That's pretty impressive. And you know, we talked about that whip, how good it is for this Tennessee team. Batting average against, it's lowest in the country. You have to put stuff back to back to back in order to score off this pitching staff, and right now Texas has not had that.
Yeah. Marjetko, top 5 in the country in all those things you just mentioned. ERA, whip, opponent batting average. She and her 2 Tennessee sisters, she's competing against them just like she's competing against her 5 sisters in real life who are all ballers. From 3-0 to 3-2.
And that's a drop ball, really right down the chute. But with great late sharp break.
And run. I mean, that had run away from the barrel of Vivi.
And lost her. Holly?
Well, guys, Sage Marjetko, as you mentioned, one of 6 girls in the family. She said she learned how to play softball because she would tag along to her older sister's practices and pitching lessons. She said, I was 10 years old, and I would ask the coach, well, teach me this too. I want to learn it too. And then being the younger one, she wanted to actually compete with her sister. She's like, I was always determined, I got to be better than them. And here she is at the World Series.
Shout out to Jade, Nina, and Kaylee, who are the 3 older sisters that Holly was mentioning. Hey, I want to be better than them, because you saw all the siblings in that Marjetko family, but it's all about the older siblings, and I love that it's older sisters she was trying to keep up with.
Now she's got to take care of business against Reese Atwood, the all-time leader in home runs and runs batted in. And according to Mike White, when we talked to him yesterday, you'll probably recall what he says was the biggest hit in the history of Texas softball, and it was off a botched intentional walk from Nigeri Kennedy. She singled. They won game 1 and went on to win the series for their first national championship a year ago. Looking for a breakout in the postseason. And what is her final year?
The biggest difference in Reese is the power right now. You will see those singles, but her getting back to that slug, her slug has gone down 200 points since entering the postseason. So we saw some big clutch hits, and you'll take those too. But what has been missing from Reese is that power, the extra base hit.
And she pops it up to second. 2 down. Marjetko takes care of both Atwood and Stewart this inning. has the two big hitters 0 for 4 today. Here's Leanne Good. Good first pitch swinging out of play. Leanne was terrific for them in the postseason last year, a 400 hitter with 4 home runs, but it's been a much different story this year. Just 1 for 17 so far in the NCAA tournament. And grounds that one to Ella Dodge. Another runner stranded. It is 3-0 Tennessee as we head to the 5th. It's College World Series opening day, and Tennessee with the lead over Texas 3-0. One big swing, and it was the 3-run home run for Elsa Morrison to get the job done. Beth Mowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, Holly Rowe down on the field. They're winning the belt, Jess.
So the idea is the belt, obviously the waist. So anything that you see just above and below the belt, that is what Tennessee has to own. So you lay off anything above or below, but if it's in this zone, this is winning the belt. You don't miss those pitches, you attack those pitches. Elsa Morrison, that's exactly what she did. You look at her belt and look at exactly at contact where she hit this ball at the belt. So the execution of the game plan, look, on this freeze, the belt, that zone, that is winning the belt. Elsa Morrison did it perfectly.
Those were the words that Karen Weekly said to us yesterday, win that belt, and sometimes all you need to do is win it one big time. The pitchers have gotten together now. Carlin Pickens, who was out in the bullpen, is in the dugout talking to Marjetko. We may see her come on, or we may see Sage continue. She's been rolling along, has allowed just one hit.
And she hasn't even gone through the lineup a second time. She's been so efficient.
Karen Weekly talked about using her pitching staff, possibly all 3 of them. They don't want. She doesn't want to give too many looks to certain batters in the lineup.
She uses the word overexposed, and I thought that's interesting. The way she views it is that it's too many looks. It's seeing too many pitches.
I mean, that's modern day softball, the way that it's thought. I mean, you see it in baseball all the time when they get a certain amount of times to the order.
Oh, through the wickets and right back up the middle as she nutmegs Gutierrez.
This is just a curveball with a little bit of down on it, and it goes right back hard up the middle. So this is that curveball, really spinny, around 66 miles an hour, and just smashes it right back up the middle off the bat at 73 miles an hour.
So the 9-hitter aboard, and it's back to the top of the lineup. That squirts away from Atwood, and so Holly on the wild pitch takes second. Knight's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out.
Oh.
Usually a short gamer, she stunned Rocky Top with 2 home runs in the NCAA tournament. She said, I didn't know how to slow down and run the bases. I'm always running around fast. I had to learn a home run trot.
Foul ball.
Thinking about the bunt here instead. She started out at Boise State with Mackenzie Butt, played there a couple of years. She led the NCAA in hits last season out of Huntington Beach, California.
Remember, Sophia Knight, mostly short game, went to hitting away here in the postseason.
Hey.
That's why you saw those 2 home runs, and it's because of that second base umpire. So that second base umpire is not there during the regular season.
Right here.
There in the postseason. And because of that, could see that her foot is out of the batter's box at times on the slap. That's a look that you normally don't get.
Pulls that to first. Stewart will touch the base, and that is good enough to move Holly over to third with 1 down. Well, we've got the WWE Clash in Italy coming your way Sunday afternoon, 2 Eastern, live from Turin, Italy. Catch the first hour on ESPN and stream the entire event on the ESPN app with an ESPN Unlimited plan. Opening day at the ballpark, Devon Park here in Oklahoma City. And another wild pitch, and a run will score.
Uncharacteristic. Reese Atwood, you mentioned it earlier, Beth, the Johnny Bench Award winner for the best catcher in the country, a Golden Glover. This ball just getting away from her, runner on third base, couple of wild pitches in this inning, and is attributed to Tennessee being able to put another run up on the board.
And World Series, to your point, I mean, you're doing everything to knock that thing down. It's a wild pitch, but I'm surprised it gets by Reese Atwood.
Another one. Wow. Well, we talked with Reese a little bit about the unique, and it's not as much unique to her, but getting down on one knee, and it does limit your ability at times to be able to move for pitches, to reach up at times.
Yeah, she's talked about it being a strength in one area. It helps you frame. It helps you on a pitcher like Sitlali, going down to that one knee is going to allow you to get underneath, be able to present those pitches better, but then you give up the ability to be able to block and move behind the plate.
Absolutely, and if you're crossed up, which a couple of times even with Kavan, we saw rise balls go off of her glove earlier in the year.
Well, and you don't expect it from Sitlali, who's only had 5 wild pitches all season.
Yeah, I mean, just look at her knee down here and her inability to just be able to reach across her body. If she has that knee up, you guys, she can now bend and move and have that flexibility.
And for a strike, 2-1 to Dodge. Flew out in the first, doubled in the third, and got caught in a rundown. Tagged out at home plate. Swinging for the fences there. 2-2.
Dodge will swing out of her shoes at times. I mean, she's fun to watch. She is all energy all the time.
I mean, she already gets the award for the swim move, cleat move.
Yeah.
Dodged 2 tags.
Well, and they're showing us what a good eye means. Putting pressure on the defense means. They should only be winning this game 1-0, because 2 runs scored on a hit batter and a walk, and now that last run coming in after a pair of wild pitches. But Tennessee prefers this math, 4-0. And they are just, wow, peppering the backstop. They need to put the no pepper sign back there like they used to have in the ballparks.
And this is a different Tennessee team than we saw a month ago. They were a much more hesitant team. They were, you talk about winning the belt, they weren't swinging at the belt. They were swinging at everything but.
2 strikes, here we go.
Well, again, I think you had that success early in the season and that drop down, you get 10 of the. And I'd rather see that. I'd rather see a swing and miss and aggressiveness, because that is at times hard to pitch to, which is part of the reason why they were getting on Kavan, and Lally is trying to spin it past them.
Her first strikeout, 2 down.
67 mile an hour downward pitch. It's a little bit of her curve, a little bit of her down ball. Inside.
Oh, bring it back in.
Emma Clark. Ground out in a single.
Oh, pick it up.
Here's the 2-0. Just a gorgeous day. I know a lot of softball fans were curious what the crowds would be like without Oklahoma or Oklahoma State here. And the softball community has turned out.
This is middle of the day on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Impressive. Call in sick, get a doctor's note, come on over. I'll sign it.
Well, it's great the number of people you hear reaching out saying, hey, it's a bucket list. This is my first time. I can't wait.
Of course, got the NBA, Oklahoma City.
That's right. A lot of
Thunder.
A lot of good stuff going on.
Down the street. This is where everyone's at.
Oh.
Still got 2 more games to go tonight, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern. Alabama, UCLA, followed by Arkansas and Nebraska. First game, you got a couple of former national champs. Second game, teams looking for their first. There's a ground ball to third, side retired.
It's been all Tennessee so far in this one. And Taylon Hawley, how about your 9-hole? Hit it right between the wickets. Another hit for Tennessee and another run as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
with the 4-0 lead. Carlin Pickens, the 3-time All-American, the 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year, coming on for Sage Margetko.
Well, Pickens with all that velocity, up over 70 miles an hour. Drop ball the lower half of the zone, but you got to protect upstairs at 76 miles an hour on the rise ball. But it's the changeup in the low 60s that makes those other two pitches so devastating. A lot of velocity through the zone, but she expands it with that rise ball. Texas is going to need to try to lay off that rise ball at the top of the zone and not chase that drop into the lower half of the zone in dirt.
What a luxury for Tennessee to start a first-team All-American and join a PB&J now back in the dugout. No crust, by the way. And now going to another first-team All-American in the circle. And knocked right back up the middle, Hannah Wells. So after Margetko only gave up the 1 hit in 4 innings, Texas immediately gets one off of Pickens.
And this is Hannah Wells' zone, by the way. She hits rise balls better than anyone on this Texas team. She gets this rise, beautiful swing path, and kept her front foot open to get to this hard pitch right up the middle.
And she's trying to pick up her teammates. Texas has been looking a little flat offensively. Credit Tennessee a great deal for that. But now a base runner here in the bottom of the 5th. Taylor Anderson is your pinch runner. Wells can re-enter. And that'll bring up Ashton Maloney. Looking for a spark. Just the 2nd time up for the bottom of the order today. In play, Pickens fires down to first, not in time, and a couple of base runners for the Longhorns.
A little different way to use the short game. This almost looks like a slap bunt, but it's actually just a straight slap. She deadens it, though, and getting this in perfect location. Nothing Pickens can do. Maloney just gets down the line. That extra start because she's moving through the box. And that smile from Maloney. Hasn't seen first base in a bit.
So the Longhorns have a runner in scoring position for the first time today. With Kaya Altmaier, the number 8 hitter, coming up. Kaya grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. First pitch swinging at 71 miles an hour from Carlin Pickens. Has thrown the fastest pitch ever recorded, up near 80 miles an hour last year in the postseason. Which is the reaction time in MLB of about 100 miles an hour.
Well, you get up to 80, which we've never seen in the history of the sport. Carlin, of course, at 79. That's 112. And that's never been done, male or female, as far as reaction time.
Got the long limbs, the long reach towards home plate, so she's even closer than most others get. Gets the pop up. 1 down.
And that's what she needed. She needed a non-productive out for Texas. That pop up, not allowing those base runners to move.
And the pinch hitter extraordinaire for Texas, Victoria Hunter, will come on to hit. Saved their season in the Supers with a 2-run pinch hit blast to win game 2 against Arizona State. They went on to breeze in game 3.
She's a good matchup against Pickens because of where she likes to hit the ball. Go flash you back against Texas A&M. Grand slam. The Super Regional, and then how about against ASU? This was a pinch hit coming in, and this saved their season. Both pitches up in the zone, and that is her zone. So clutch that she's been 3 home runs in the postseason, including those 2 blasts. You look at her red zone, it is exactly where Pickens likes to throw, and that is up. 5 pinch hit home runs. That's tied for second in D1. So hard to come off the bench and do what she's done.
This is only her 3rd at-bat of the postseason. And the biggest at-bat of the day for Texas so far. Fouls off the first offering at 77 miles an hour.
And she went to the drop. That's her fastest pitch. Talked about up. Up is where you have to be careful. If you're going to go up there, it's got to be over her head.
Oh, bring it down.
Well, that's the changeup at 66 miles an hour. But
that's
it's
everybody
elevated.
else's fastball.
Exactly.
Sagemar Jetko had shut Texas down through 4 innings. Karen Weekly decides to take her out and go to Pickens. It's not been unusual for them this year. Is it the right move today?
Oh, bring it in.
It's a little bit outside.
Top of the orders on deck.
And a really good hitters count at 3-1 for Hunter. And the key for Pickens is really to work from ahead. Look at that, a minuscule .087 when she is working from ahead, but when behind, almost 260 batting average against.
Fouls off the change. Wait. What could be the change coming after 77 miles an hour?
I mean, just to see 77. We don't see that from any other pitcher in college softball. She's now hit it 3 times.
Hunter back up the middle, and there's Faw to step on second. The throw over to first gets away, and a run will score for Texas. With Hunter safe at first, Anderson comes in to score, and it's 4-1.
This is a well-struck ball by Hunter going right back up the middle. She works the count to full, gets something decent to slam back up the middle. Bella Fall is going to get this. She just has to run a long way and then get over top of Maloney sliding in to second base. Potential double play here, but slightly elevated, and Mackenzie Butt can't reel that in. Run up on the board for Texas.
So now they pass the bat, and another big trip to the plate here for Caden Henry. They had a chance to bring Katie Stewart up in the 3rd with runners on base. They left her in the on-deck circle. Can they remedy that here with 2 outs?
Oh.
Back in that 3rd inning, Henry lined into a double play. Fouls that one away.
And she just needs to get on base anyway. Doesn't need to get a run in. She needs to get Katie Stewart up to the plate with runners on base.
Oh.
In the dirt, runner goes, the throw down, and safe is Hunter at second.
JC Nichols returns back to this game after Hunter got on base, and it's just the read. She sees it down. She doesn't even hesitate. Great lead, great reacts. Not going on the pitch.
That was Nichols who re-entered. Henry floats that one, and on the run to make the catch is Sophia Knight. Again, Stewart denied an opportunity, but Texas does get one up on the board. swing of the day back in the second inning for Elsa Morrison, a 3-run shot. Tennessee trying to win its first national championship in its 10th trip here for Texas. They are hoping they are starting back out on their road for a second straight title on this opening day at the Women's College World Series. Double elimination format. Winner gets a day off and then plays Texas Tech on Saturday. The loser plays Mississippi State tomorrow night. And we'll try and avoid an early exit. Beth Mowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, and Holly Rowe with you here at Devon Park. Citlali Gutierrez out in the circle for the Longhorns. Facing 4, 5, and 6. Here's Alana Leach. Fouls that one off. 60 miles an hour, 1 and 2.
One ball, 2 strikes. Here we go.
Slow roller to third. Nichols fires over to Stewart, who holds on. 1 down. What do you guys think about tonight? Alabama, UCLA, Nebraska, Arkansas.
History of the programs in that first one.
Yes.
Bama, UCLA.
12-time NCAA champion Bruins. One of the great hitting teams in the history of our sport. But Jocelyn Brisky and Vic Moten at Alabama.
Yes. SEC
neck and neck
pitchers.
with Tennessee for the two best pitching staffs statistically, right up there with Texas Tech.
Get to see the Big Ten get tested. I mean, both Nebraska and UCLA, some of the numbers that they've put out, I mean, not some of them, all of them have been absolutely insane.
Then there you go. An NCAA runs record and the shutouts leader in the country.
Brisky's been outstanding. Vic Moulton, as you mentioned as well. SEC Pitcher of the Year for Brisky.
Then really good pitching in the nightcap, too. That Fromm Alexis Jensen combo has been fabulous for the Huskers.
Senior freshman, righty-lefty.
And then Arkansas brings another really good staff. I mean, you need 2 or 3 arms these days.
Yes.
Gone are the Debbie Doom throw your ace every day, all day, and all night. Back to back, 3 days, 4 days in a row. To Mackenzie Butt and a strikeout for Gutierrez. Well, we talked so much about the hitting, we thought we should give the arms a little lift as well. And Brisky, Kennedy, Fromm, Kavam, Pickens, all 20-game winners, most with sub-2 ERAs. And those two will be teammates this summer with the U.S. national team. They got 40 players in the pool. They'll split them up, play a couple of big tournaments. Opposite for Morrison, off the top of the wall. Almost her second home run of the day. And a stand-up double for Tennessee.
Elsa Morrison, I mean, we keep talking about the belt, and now instead of pulling this one, she goes opposite field. Look at where she is at, just owning that zone right at the belt. This one going away from her barrel, goes with it, and a perfect look at the approach on a pitch, moving away. This is a home run by an inch, a few inches, right off the top of the wall. Oh.
Zoe Schuler is the pinch runner. Morrison can re-enter. What a World Series debut for the freshman from Knoxville.
12th double of the year.
And now a Leach sister coming up. It's Gabby. Pulls that to the right side. Good, could not glove it cleanly, and another run will score. Tennessee continues to use its speed on the bases to put pressure on Texas.
Oh, that ball is just struck hard into the 3-4 hole and goes off the glove of Leanne Good. And I love this. Schuler, no hesitation. She doesn't even stop. Immediately she sees it, picks up her coach, and she's being sent all the way around. Another run up on the board for Tennessee after giving up a run in the bottom of the 5th. Helping them out, getting that 4-run lead back.
An RBI single for Gabby Leach. Scores Schuler, it's 5-1. And they are singing Rocky Top now at the Women's College World Series here in the top of the 6th. The Lady Vols extending the lead. And I think we got a pinch hitter coming up. That'll be Meredith Barnhart hitting in the 8th spot for Bella Faw. One for 3 so far in the NCAA tournament for Meredith. Lally gets her to swing through it, 0-2.
Here we go, Lady Vols. Here we go. Here we go, Lady.
Hey, don't forget, ESPN is the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. To learn more, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. The greatest show on dirt. Here in OKC, opening day of the World Series.
Ball, bring it in.
I love the feedback. Home plate umpire Brian Crochet behind the plate, just letting the battery know, bring it in, bring it down. The hitter knows too.
Absolutely.
Ball.
Know where to make those adjustments.
2-2. Here we go, go.
Barnhart got under it. Golfs that to Martinez at short. And that'll do it. To the bottom of the 6th. Time is getting short for Texas. And this is who they want coming up. They're veterans all in a row. Katie Stewart, Vivi Martinez, Reese Atwood looking to start a late Longhorn rally. plenty of love in Oklahoma on this opening day of the Women's College World Series. You better win today or it's a long road back. 90% of the champions have started 1-0, and it is really rough coming out of the loser's bracket. 6 outs for Texas to work with. They trail 5-1, facing Carlin Pickens, an All-American arm in the circle for Tennessee. But this is the part of the lineup that would have to do it. Stewart, Martinez, and Atwood coming up.
On the swing.
And it's the SEC Player of the Year to try and get something going. Just 3 hits leading to the 1 run today.
Ball, pick it up.
Stewart, a school record for home runs this year. Martinez, a .387 batting average. Atwood, their career RBI leader. And home run leader as well.
She's sitting rise. I saw her swing and miss at it the first pitch, almost triggered there. She wants something up in the zone. Against Pickens, all you got to do is meet it. She's got the velocity.
On the swing.
Does not meet it. 2-2.
Drop ball downstairs with over 3 inches of vertical drop on that last one.
Ball.
And the count goes full.
5 pitches, she hasn't even seen a strike. Swung in through 2 pitches out of the zone. See if Pickens even gives her anything in the zone.
Got her. 1 down.
And that pitch is right down the gut, right over the heart of the plate. This is just power against power, and you can see the rotation on this pitch. It's a low rise ball. It's got upspin on it, about 4 inches of upward break. And take a look at the way this ball is spinning, coming in at 71 miles an hour, missing Katie Stewart's bat.
First strikeout for Carlin, and here's Vivi Martinez. A walk and a fly out for Vivi today. Ground ball to first, 2 down. And now it's Atwood. Couple of pop-ups in the infield for Reese today. Another matchup of All-Americans and U.S. national teammates this summer.
I just keep giving it to you.
For Reese, you're just waiting. When's the at-bat going to come that's going to break it open for her? She's had a few hits in the postseason, but has not barreled a ball in the gap or in the air almost a month.
And especially has been susceptible to the off-speed and changeup.
And there's a base hit out to left for Reese with 2 outs.
That's got to feel good for her just to get on first base. But again, she barrels this, it's out of the park. Gets it off the end of the bat, very end of the bat, 60 miles an hour off the barrel, but she is on first base with a hit here with 2 outs of the 6th.
That'll bring up Leanne Good. A ground out and a walk today for her. Good. Puts a charge in one. Deep center field. And that one will get out. 1 for 18 in the postseason before that swing for Leanne Good. And it's a 2-out, 2-run shot.
This is the charge they needed. The bats have been quiet. How about Reese Atwood gets on base with the single to get Leanne Good up with 2 outs, and she gets one down the middle, kind of coming in on her hands. And a beautiful job on that drop ball, staying inside and getting barrel. 2-run shot for Leanne Good.
And that's a 76-mile-an-hour drop ball. Off the bat, it's 72 miles an hour.
You see the relief on her face.
Wow.
And the exultation after what has been such a quiet tournament for her. Not anymore. And it's a 5-3 game. And it's Hannah Wells who has set a new freshman home run record at Texas this year with 15 of them. Carlin Pickens now has allowed 6 runs in the NCAA tournament, all of them in the 6th or 7th inning.
I think Leanne Good was swinging first pitch no matter where it was. Sometimes you get to the point when it's been a bit since you've been on base, 1 for 18, and she was taking a hack. Hit a massive home run in the championship series last year against Nyjah Kennedy and Texas Tech.
Wells chases, but a couple up. It's a 2-run ball game heading to the 7th.
Doesn't matter what you done until you get here to Oklahoma City, because what happens now is all that matters. Leanne Good, a 2-run shot to give Texas some momentum heading here into the 7th inning.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
It was a party for the Red Raiders earlier today. Kennedy and Terry comboing for a 2-hit shutout. Jackie Liss, a 2-run home run. She had 3 RBI on the day. So they get tomorrow off. They stay in the winner's bracket Saturday to meet the winner of our game going on right here. The loser will get Mississippi State tomorrow night. And then the doubleheader tonight, UCLA, Alabama, and Arkansas taking on Nebraska. To the 7th inning. So Tennessee will take some swings and then 3 outs away from staying in the winner's bracket. And a date with Tech. 9 and then the top coming up.
Oh, bring it in.
Citlali Gutierrez trying to keep the score as is. And then the bottom of the order would be due up for Texas in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Oh.
And we talked about this when Tennessee made the pitching change. Do you take Sage Margetko out and put Carlin Pickens in? Sage was rolling. And will that be a Monday morning quarterback situation if Texas can rally late, or will Pickens be able to slam the door?
I think those are always big decisions that coaches have to make. It's easy to overthink yourself at times.
You ride the hot hand. I mean, honestly, Sage Margetko, it's not like she's been hot today. It's been all season long.
Ball 4.
Ball 4 there.
She's given up 1 hit.
A walk here to the number 9 batter.
Pickens is coming back in from the bullpen. She often will head out there to work on something between innings. Of course, fresh in Tennessee's mind is also last year Tennessee had a 2-run lead on Oklahoma here at the World Series. And Ella Parker hit a 3-run homer to walk it off in the 7th inning. They would prefer to avoid a similar fate today.
Hey.
Here's Sophia Knight, 0 for 3. The 5 runs on 6 hits. Some scrappy base running, putting some pressure on the defense today. 2 runs scored after Lady Vols got on base with a hit by pitch and a walk, and then a 3rd run scored on back-to-back wild pitches to get into scoring position. Short game, and safe at first as Stewart struggled to get it out of her glove. Knight is aboard, and that pushes Holly into scoring position.
Well, speed never slumps, and this is all about getting down the line. Knight is going to dump this down right in front. The corners are going to have to come in. She gets it away from Reese Atwood, and that's the key, is that she makes Katie Stewart have to come field this, not Reese Atwood. With that speed, she gets down the line. Big opportunity here in the 7th for Tennessee to get some runs back.
Two hitters, Ella Dodge. A double and a strikeout today. And then a fly out to center field way back in the 1st. She squares around and takes strike 1.
It just shows for that to potentially be a bunt to dodge one of your best hitters is how important putting another run up on the board is for Tennessee right now.
You got to let her hit away.
Drops down the bunt. Only play is over to first to record the out. And a good sacrifice there from Dodge. And now you got your 3-4 hitters coming up with 2 in scoring position. That's her first sacrifice bunt of the season, but a timely one. Here's Emma Clark.
Oh.
Clark whacks that one down the line. The catch is made out in left by Altmaier. Deep enough to score a run, and then the out recorded at third base. But a run up for Tennessee on the tag up from third as Holly comes in to score. And then Knight thrown out. Last chance coming up for the Longhorns. They now trail by 3, but is there going to be a challenge here?
Probably just to see if Holly left early.
Yes. It would come from Texas about whether or not the base runner tagged at third.
The ruling on the field is that the runner from third was on time. Texas wants to challenge that the runner left the base early. That play will be under review.
I think it's worth the challenge. You've got him for Mike White.
Yeah, it's late in the game. Use him up.
And she did not.
Yeah,
in fact,
fine.
She was late.
She was late, if anything, absolutely.
And you're seeing more runners error on the side of being late because of this.
And I think on that, that's smart, because on that play, you know you can leave late. That's a hard throw coming in from the foul territory, crossing over.
This would be the third run scored off of a free pass today for Tennessee, and as you check the scoreboard, that's the difference. Looks like this will stand, and Tennessee will hand it off to Carlin Pickens to try and shut this thing down and win their opener here at the World Series.
After further review, the ruling on the field has been confirmed. The runner from third left on time. That will be Texas' first challenge.
So Carlin Pickens will have the ball in her hands with a 3-run lead when we come back. Lady Vols of Tennessee with the 6-3 lead over Texas as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Opening day at the Women's College World Series. Texas trying for back-to-back championships. And for Tennessee, no one has been here more without taking one home under Karen Weekly. They are desperate for a breakthrough. Looking to win their first game here and get a date with Texas Tech on Saturday. And they will hand it off to one of the best pitchers in Tennessee history, Carlin Pickens. Gave up a 2-run home run in the 6th. Can she end it here as Texas tries to walk it off? Maloney grounds it to short, 1 down. The defending champs 2 outs to work with. Otherwise, they are in an elimination game tomorrow. Tegan Cavan started and looking at taking the loss right now. Kaya Altmaier, number 8 in the batting order. Last defending champ to lose their opener the following season. Got to go back to 2018 and Oklahoma. Losing the opener, not anything new for Texas. They lost the first game of the Supers last week. I think every Super Regional in recent memory.
That's even what Texas said. Like, as long as I've been here, we lose the first one, we come back and win. It's what we do.
Altmaier backhanded it short again. Belafa. Wow. 2 down.
Belafa has been so good for Tennessee this year. On the infield, lowest number of errors. That's also one of the reasons why Karen Weekly decided to make that shuffle.
She's the only one who got to keep her position.
Yeah.
It's changed everyone else. Belafa,
most amount short. Yeah, and that's what she said. Most amount of chances, least amount of errors. Something's wrong. We got to shuffle some people around.
Last chance for Texas is their 9-hitter, J.C. Nichols. Singled her only time up and then was pinch hit for in the 5th.
Trying to roll it back up to the top of this order. That's where Texas is the biggest threat.
Infield pulled way in, so is the outfield for Tennessee.
And the difference in this game is the fact that the top 3 in this Texas order are 0 for 8.
Absolutely. Just 1 walk. Vivi Martinez getting on base.
Hey. 2-1. Sage Margetko is in line to pick up the win, and Pickens a save right now.
Ball, bring that back in.
3-1.
Keaton Henry on deck right now has hit the ball hard twice her last 2 at-bats.
Nichols in play to third. Dodge is there, and Tennessee wins it.
How about Tennessee upsetting the defending champs coming into this game? Did not get to play each other in the regular SEC season, have not faced each other since last year. And this is a big upset, but it's the pitching. Sage Margetko getting the start.
She set the tone. You know, she really stifled the Texas bats. And obviously, Morrison, the freshman, with that 3-run shot, just put some runs up on the board immediately off of the most outstanding player of last year's World Series.
So Tennessee gets the day off tomorrow. They'll play Texas Tech on ABC Saturday afternoon. And our first elimination game tomorrow night, Mississippi State and Texas will look to avoid the dreaded 2 and BBQ. The 7-seed Tennessee upsets the 2-seed Texas. Today's Capital One rewarding performance is Elsa.
Oh, just win that belt. I feel like it's like UFC, get yourself a giant belt, because Elsa Morrison is the difference of this game. She set the tone early. Only her 7th home run of the season. It was a massive one for the rookie to get him going for these Lady Balls.
Let's go down to the field, Holly Rowe.
Well, you're a freshman, your very first at-bat at the Women's College World Series, and you go for a 3-run home run. How were you so confident and composed in the plate and the batter's box at that moment?
Just all of our preparation throughout the whole season. We had, gone to work this whole year working on rise balls, working on drop balls, and I have never been more prepared than I was for that moment.
Coach said you had to win the belt, and I know with that Tegan Cavan rise ball, that's really hard to have that kind of discipline. What did you see when the pitch came in?
I was just thinking aggressive. We had seen a stat about her about first pitch strikes, and you know, if it was going to be that at bat, I wanted to go. I didn't want to let any pitches go by, especially in the moment that we were in. So I was just aggressive and went right at it.
I know you're a kid from Knoxville. You hear Rocky Top playing right now. What does this moment mean for you to be the hero in your first opening win at the Women's College World Series?
I mean, it means everything. Just getting to compete with the girl to the left and my right that I absolutely love, and we've gone through everything together this year. So getting to come out here and show what we have, words can't describe it.
Well, have a great day off. We'll see you back here in the winner's bracket.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Go Vols.
Elsa Morrison, a big day in her World Series debut. And Rocky Top rocking tonight as they knock off the defending champs and send them into the losers bracket. Doubleheader still to come tonight on this opening day in OKC at the Women's College World Series.